Hi and welcome to another video on how to use WebEx in these trying times. This session is about how to record a session and then how to share it once you have finished. So I've set myself up a little meeting here, which I will get started straight away. I've invited myself to my meeting, so it's pretty exciting stuff. Here we go. Now, what you need to do is this button here, obviously call using computer, this button here will show the recorder panel, but it won't actually start the recording. Trap for young players. So I click on this button and you'll notice that I now have a recorder button at the bottom, a section of my right-hand toolbar. So if I click on this will start recording my session. So now I can run my session. I can share my desktop in my session to talk about something very exciting. And then I can stop sharing my desktop and it's still recording away down here. And now I'm at the point where I've finished my training session and I need to click end training session. Yep, I would like to end this session and off it goes. Now, it will take a little while for your recording session to then show up, but we can go to where it would be by logging on to our educationwa.webex.com. I'm in Google Chrome again. Going to sign in. Click on this to log in as usual. And now I can go to recordings. And it's showing all my recorded meetings. I can see ones that are shared with me, etc., etc. So here it is, the WebEx training session, and it's in a file format .arf. So if I click on this, I can download it. But the problem is, this is going to take a while because that's a 45-minute recording. Should have chosen a smaller one. The problem is, though, that ARF is not a common file type. So a lot of the different video players are not going to be able to play that. So it might not be that helpful for students. Luckily, WebEx provides us with a conversion tool. So I'm just going to close that window now while it's still continuing to download. And I just need to go to the WebEx training site here. And then in the support section and downloads, recorder and players, then recording and playback page. And it's this one here, WebEx player and network recording player. If you click on the download, it will come up here. And if I run that, it's going to give me this, which I'd click next. Then I accept the terms in the license agreement. At this point, I put my name in here, leave the Department of Education. You can choose whether you want it for everyone or just for you. Click on the complete install. Click install to begin the installation. It will then come up and run through that installation process, and then you can click finish when it's done. When it's done, you will then need to look up the completely intuitive network recording player, app and start that. What you then want to do is go to File and Open and find the recording that you have downloaded and click Open. Now it will automatically start playing. So Trap for Young Players, before you do anything else, just stop it. Otherwise you have to listen to yourself humming and ahhing. The next thing you'd want to do though is now you want to convert that to MP4. This is a pretty standard video format. The first time that you click that, it's going to bring up this window here and it will all be blank. For the site URL, you need to put in educationwa.webex.com and then your account name, which I think it doesn't really matter if you put your email address or your e-number and your password, because then when you go to the next button, it's going to ask you to enter your email address anyway. You click next, and then the conversion tool is installed. You click continue, and it will then allow you to convert into the MP4 format. So if I head back to my player, I'm going to convert this to MP4 and it brings up my options. So first of all, you can choose where you want to store it. You might want to put that onto your OneDrive. You might find it, you just want to put it onto your local hard drive, depending on where you are. I'm just going to leave it in the downloads for now because that's fine. You can choose whether you want it to be low, medium, or high quality. I would not do high quality. It's not really that necessary. Leave all of the other things alone, and I leave it to convert now, and I click OK. I already converted this, so let's just give it a new name so that doesn't happen. Okay. And now this is off doing its little thing. There is a conversion manager in the taskbar, which will let me know when it's done. It just chugs away anyone that's done any work with video files and knows that they're large and they can take a while to process. So this 6 minute video took 5 or 10 minutes to process. And then once you are done, you will then want to put it in a place where you can share it with your students. So for this, I recommend using your OneDrive. If you've got a YouTube channel, you could make it as an unlisted video in YouTube or a private video that can only be shared with certain people. If you are using any other type of file sharing arrangement, then that will work. And then you just need to put a link to that on your Connect page. So for instance, this one here is to a OneDrive location. And that will mean that everyone is able to access the file. I hope that that has been helpful. There is also an editor. So if you are needing to modify a recording at all, you need to trim bits out of it or something, then you might want to look at using that. Be mindful of copyright when sharing things through your WebEx video. If you're using video or sound, just be mindful of those copyright laws. It might be better to pause the recording and then get students to look at something and then come back, and that will keep the bandwidth down as well. Best of luck, and as always, let me know if there's anything else that I can help you with.